The Pulse of Spokane is a broad show that showcases many different things in our community, sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.
Well, welcome in, and thank you for joining us for another in-home episode of the Pulse of Spokane. And today, I'm joined by a very special guest, Grayson Ervin, Director of Account-Based Marketing, or Advertising, rather. Sorry, didn't mean to shortchange you there, but at Ignitium. And it feels like it's been years since we talked on the phone, and I think it was only like a month ago, maybe 5 weeks. It feels like just so much has transpired, and I just want to know, how are you holding up? How are things on your end? You surviving? You keeping sane?
Yeah. Well, sorry, Andrew. Real quick, I don't actually work there anymore.
Oh,
I thought I cleared it up with Dylan. I've left that job, and my current job title is president at a company called Bison Printing.
okay. Well, that is good to know. I'm sorry for misintroducing you there. Sorry for the miscommunication. Okay, so president of, I'm sorry, say it again, at Bison
Printing.
Bison Printing. Okay. Well, so you've had a job change since we last chatted then. So tell me a little bit about that. How's that transition been, especially in a pandemic?
Yeah, so Bison Printing it's a local screen printing shop in Spokane. We opened back in October of 2019. We share a space with the great P&W clothing company, who's also obviously based here in Spokane, founded here in Spokane. We've got a big 7,000 square foot shop where we do all printing in house now. We do all of the printing for the great P&W, but we also do printing for a bunch of other outside companies. So, I mean, we hit the ground running pretty fast back at the end of 2019. We've already done over close to about 50,000 garments in a short amount of time, and things were going really well at the beginning of March. It was as much business as quite frankly we can handle. You can only do so much.
Yeah.
And then that's when, about a week into March, that's when things really started to get weird.
Mhm.
Our number one concern with the whole stay-at-home order was, kind of employee safety. So we closed down for about 3 weeks. We're open again in a very limited capacity, doing things like masks. Some things can be done at home, like some headwear, like sewing patches on hats and things like that. But yeah, it's been, if you think about March 1st to May 1st, that feels like a lifetime.
Yeah, no, it really does, to say the least. And I think, unfortunately, for a lot of people, a lot of businesses, a lot of companies around the country, just as you mentioned, early March was a pretty good time for seemingly most. I think the economy was doing pretty well, or I guess depends on who you're getting your information from. But nevertheless, yeah, things have definitely taken a hit and a change. So since all of that, how has the consumption of your guys' clothing and your product changed? Because I know consumption in general has obviously tanked, but I mean, there are essential products and obviously, food and things of that nature that, you don't really see a change in that. But for your guys' clothing lines, what's that looked like?
Yeah, so it's probably worth starting with the great P&W clothing company. So they're obviously our biggest customer. A lot of their business is wholesale accounts, meaning selling directly to retailers all over the Northwest. Think high traffic touristy areas, especially like Oregon Coast, things like that, gift shops. And all of a sudden, all of these places aren't even allowed to be open anymore. So
Mhm.
wholesale orders are getting canceled left and right. People are, this was accounting for, I mean, a huge percentage of our business. So right then and there, it's like, let's just say 50% of the business completely stops. Well, then you look at the other people that do a lot of screen printing. That's local businesses such as restaurants, bars, breweries, and a lot of them, completely stopped. Construction was shut down for a while. That completely stopped. So we have all these pending orders in the pipeline, and these orders typically close pretty steadily and pretty easily. And then it was just a ghost town. Everything just completely dropped off by about I guess that would have been about March 15th is when things really dried up. We were
Yeah.
completely closed. So since then, some things have come back. Like we've done some printing for essential type businesses. Now that construction's back, we were able to do a run of shirts for a construction company. We're doing some masks right now for the Great P&W, but I mean, it's still a shell of the former economy, because even if when these businesses are open, everyone's kind of in either a spending freeze or kind of like the wait and see, like, nobody really knows what the next 30 days holds. So maybe buying a bunch of t-shirts isn't the most important thing on the list.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you can make a ludicrous argument that, yeah, for your sake, that hey, t-shirt should be at the top of the list for, yeah, people's interests. So, off the top of your head, do you know where you guys fall within the grand reopening plan that the governor issued back last Friday? Do you know your kind of near future and what that should look like?
Not officially. Our we don't fall into manufacturing because we don't manufacture anything. We're always kind of in this gray area as a service provider, and most service providers get to do a lot of work remotely, where we can't do almost anything remotely. Like I mentioned earlier, we have a large facility with huge machines, and you can't be taking these things home. So I just try to take it on a week by week basis, and hope for the best. Definitely just trying to follow all the rules, the laws, and regulations to make sure we're in line with compliance, to make sure we're doing our part to get Spokane up and running again, and just to make sure everybody's safe within our organization.
Yeah, and I mean, economics aside, I mean, yeah, that's obviously the moneymaker and kind of what keeps you afloat and everything. But like you said, that's the most important thing is keeping people safe and adhering as much as an individual may agree or disagree at a point in time with the information and from where it's coming. Is there anything that we or the audience or the listener can do to help you guys out, such as the purchasing of the masks or maybe get involved in construction so that they could buy your shirts?
I mean, I think what would be the most helpful is if you if you just kind of look forward to, okay, let's just say that in hopefully 30 days everything is relatively back to normal. Well, then we could start a conversation on, if you do have some type of garment needs, whether you need t-shirts, sweatshirts, headwear. If you do need something like that, just give me a call or shoot me an email. Our domain is printwithbison.com. I get back to everybody very quick, and there can be, when it comes to projects like this, there can be a lot of back and forth, whether that be design colors, shirt colors, different shirts, blend options, just different garments in general. Like, let's start that conversation while we all have a little bit extra time, and that way maybe you'll end up with a better end product than you would have when you're in your usual day to day, and nobody has time to really dig into the designs of their shirts. We're just another item on their to-do list they're trying to check off to get through the week.
Yeah, absolutely. Before I let you go, is there anything else that you would want to plug or want the viewer to know about you guys and how else they can help, or just kind of like you mentioned?
Yeah, I mean, we're even before all this happened. The way we saw ourselves is we're a Spokane community partner, and that just means we offer goods and services exclusively to businesses in our local community, and we're more than just someone that can, you give us an idea for a shirt and we print it off. We can, it's almost like a managed service. We can help you with design. We can help you speed things up. We can help you get the best end product, and we're just here to be a partner in your business. What is best for your business is also what's best for us, and so it kind of all leads into what we're all in right now, and that's just like a big community get together of the wait and see, or wait and hope for better days. And I just I just really want to reiterate that even once this is all over, I still see us as one one big partner servicing this business community.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're certainly eager for the day, hopefully a month, where you guys can return to being that greater partner for Spokane. I mean, we certainly believe that in the value that truly is there. Well, I want to thank you again for coming on. And sorry I botched your title and your association at the beginning, but I'm glad you were able to get that panned out. And yeah, I'm sorry to hear that you guys are having to deal with everything that's going on. I mean, I know there are a lot of other people out there in very similar situations, but that doesn't ever make it any easier. So best of luck to you guys. Like I said, we'll eagerly be awaiting you guys to come back and fulfill that role that you guys do within, our smaller economic neighborhood of, the greater inland Northwest. And continue to take care of yourself, be safe, and hopefully we'll be able to talk soon when things have turned a little bit brighter, I believe.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me on. Don't worry about the intro. I'm sure you've gone through tons of shifts as well. Looks like you're working out of the home office. So yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah.
thanks for having me on. It's been fun.
Yeah, you bet, Grayson. It was a pleasure. And take it easy, man.
All right, thanks, Andrew.
Here at River Ridge Hardware, we can match any color for you. So you need this color matched for your trim in your bathroom. Come to the color computer, stick it into the spectrometer, and allow the machine to do its thing, and it will match your trim exactly. So whether it was done by water damage or a young child, we can get you covered and get it matched. If you do need to have something so that it completely disappears, I can certainly help you with that one as well. Along with the spectrometer color matching capability that can match any competitor's paint color, we have a beautiful color palette that can help you start any new project. Give us a try.
After I got divorced, I had medical debt, credit card debt, and student loan debt. I was dealing with a lot of guilt. I found myself shopping to feel better. When my son was born, wanting to manage my finances was no longer a want, it was actually a need. STCU made that possible for me. I use the mobile app every single day. I'm able to color code all of my different savings accounts. And when you have nice things to look at, I think it brings you on a deeper level of motivation. I'm Kamika Love, the Budget Mom, and STCU is here for good.
Well, this is Bloomsday in Spokane. We got about 40 firefighters and their friends and family handing out 40,000 cups of water as the day goes by.
It's a very good opportunity to see the public and support them and help them out and cheer them on during Bloomsday.
It's one of the best things about Spokane is that we have these major events and the whole community comes together not just to participate, but to volunteer and show that they really care about our city and making our city look great.
This type of an event really is emblematic of Spokane because so many people get involved. We have 50,000 people probably running this race. Always has been a very huge event.
Right now we're at the corner of Broadway and Nettleton. It's the last water station before the finish, so people are pretty much dehydrated by the time they get to us. They really need our water.
The water stations are a vital part, especially on warm days like today. It's real important that we have the volunteers to help with that. Without the volunteers, Bloomsday wouldn't exist.
All up and down the course, there are people that are involved in this celebration. It really is a celebration of what Spokane's all about.
Thanks for watching. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or check out any of our other programs on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com. Sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.